Welcome back, boys and girls. I have another battle here against MrChabry, a fellow YouTuber and a guy who's been coming out to my Twitch live streams quite a lot. And that's usually where I find a battle, and like I said, he's been coming around a lot. And yeah, he always likes the lower tiers, which I really kind of prefer, and this time it's going to be Neverused. He usually prefers RU, but there's my NU team there. And yeah, so he has, we're both bringing Incineroar, and I believe we're both bringing Delmise as well, so a little bit of a mirror match, but not quite. I mean, obviously we have 4 Pokemon that the other one doesn't. But it'll be interesting to see how we can play around having similar Pokemon. So, yeah, he's going to go ahead and lead with Braviary, as I lead with my Incineroar. And this is actually an advantage him because he has the Defiant ability. So that's I don't know if he predicted my lead being Incineroar, but it's pretty darn good for him. And he's just going to go for a Brave Bird. I don't know if I can take one at +1. And I don't know what the item is. If it's Banded, I'm probably dead. I get down to 32, so I'm not entirely sure if that's Banded or Scarf, but I'm just going to go for a U-turn. I wanted to see what he would do, and yeah, the Brave Bird was kind of obvious, but I could have went directly into Slowbro, but I don't even know how well Slowbro would have taken that. So now I'm just going to go into it. I'm pretty sure I can take at least 1 hit, and obviously because Slowbro has a ton of physical defense, I just go for an Ice Beam. He's going to wisely switch out into Vaporeon, which will actually be a really major problem for me. I have no idea how Vaporeon's all the way down to NU. It is ridiculously good. As I've been using it in the NGDL3, as you might recall, and it's just a bargain for $5 in that league. But anyway, he's going to go for the Tox against my Uxie. I do have a Cleric in Aromatisse this game, so I know I can get rid of that, but still not great to have Toxic Poison up. But honestly, I mean, it's not that bad either. I can get rid of that Toxic Poison, and honestly, what I really want to do is set up Stealth Rocks. Just to, because he's going to be switching a lot. We're both going to be switching a lot in this game. It's going to be a game with a lot of pivoting. Because we both have some defensive teams. So, yeah, getting that residual damage on switch is never a bad thing. He's going to go for a Wish. We both have Wish healers. Also, Aromatisse is mine, which is a Pokemon I kind of included in the last minute. And they're going to see how it goes. I don't usually use Aromatisse, but, bulky Fairy types definitely have their uses. But anyway, he goes into his Delmise. I go for a Thunder Wave, so that's kind of good for me. I mean, Delmise is not the fastest Pokemon, but that means it's going to be slower than my Delmise, which is kind of nice. It also means that it can get fully paralyzed. So I kind of figure he's just going to go for the Rapid Spin. So I decide to U-turn into my Delmise, expecting the Rapid Spin. I don't think he wants, obviously, the Stealth Rock to stay up. But he ends up making a great play here. He's going for the Shadow Claw. And I don't know what claws Delmise has, but it does a ton of damage to my Delmise, being it's super effective. And I think his might be Choice Banded, too. It's either a Choice Band or Assault Vest. But either way, in comes his Incineroar, and right now I'm kind of getting outplayed here, as I just go for an Anchor Shot, and yeah, that's going to be resisted by the Incineroar, and he is probably an Assault Vest Incineroar as well, so, the Assault Vest and Intimidate is a good combination, and I just decide to stay in and sack off my Delmise, which is bad because it is my Rapid Spinner, and it's also my Spin Blocker, so, yeah, that's just not good. And yeah, he gets first blood here. So in comes the Steelix. I go into, and I get to see the Steelix first. That's what the nice thing about sacrificing my Delmise there. So I can go into my Incineroar, and I actually carry Fire Blast specifically for Steelix instead of Flare Blitz because, yeah, obviously the special move is better against Steelix. But unfortunately for me, he has the berry, the what is it, the Akka berry, the Fire Resist berry. Is it? No, it's not Akka. I don't remember. You saw what it was. But anyway, I'm just going to go for a Drain Punch now, kind of expecting a switch into his own Incineroar, but instead he stays in and just goes for the Earthquake. So, yeah, it's a pretty good play for him. Like I said, I was just going for the Drain Punch because I didn't expect him to want to lose Steelix to a Fire Blast. And instead he just goes for an Earthquake, so that's a pretty good play. And I'm just going to go to my Selgor. Selgor's another Pokemon I don't really use at all, but I kind of wanted to try a Specs of Selgor, so here we go. I'm going to go for a Bug Buzz. I know it's resisted. I kind of expected a switch, but I knew that with the Specs it's going to kill even with resistance. And down goes Steelix. So anyway, in comes his Hitmonlee though, and this also has the resistance, and I'm not really confident I can kill, so I'm gonna just go into my Aromatisse because if he goes for a, I have the resistance to his stab moves, and just gonna go for the knockoff, so it ends up making me lose my leftovers, which isn't great, but I do resist that, and Aromatisse is obviously bulky, so I think I just go for the Wish, and I do that so I can hope, because I really would like to, well actually no, Incineroar's dead. But there, at the very least, it's going to make switching in easier. So in comes Delmise, and now I'm just going to go for a Aromatherapy to get rid of the poison on my Uxie. And there's the Rapid Spin. He knows that I no longer have the Spin Blocker, so he wisely just goes for the Rapid Spin here. And, yeah, I'm just going to go for another Wish. I kind of want to see if this guy's going to switch up his moves. That'll tell me if it's Choice Bandit or not. In fact, I probably should already know. If it was Choice Bandit, I think it would have killed my Dhelmise with the Shadow Claw. It is indeed, I believe, Assault Vest, so that's probably worse for me. But he does switch it up for Shadow Claw as I go into my Uxie. And, I rarely calc when I'm streaming, obviously. I'm trying to entertain people, so that's why I didn't know. But, yeah, it is going to be Assault Vested because it can switch up his moves. And, yeah, fortunately for me, obviously I do have the Wish, so I get back my health there, and I would like to set up Stealth Rocks again, so I just do it. Now, obviously, he still has his Dhelmise out, so he can just Rapid Spin them away again. But I know that I'm faster, so I figure I'm just going to go for the Psychic here. If he wants to go for the, Rapid Spin, he can do that, but then I can just go for the Stealth Rocks again. And if he wants to kill me, then at least Stealth Rocks will be up, and I can hopefully Revenge Kill Dhelmise with something else, and keep the Stealth Rocks up, assuming his Hitmonlee doesn't also have Rapid Spin, because he could easily have 2 Rapid Spinners, so Hitmonlee also is a really good Rapid Spinner. But anyway, there's the Shadow Claw, and it is going to kill my Uxie, but I do have Stealth Rocks up for now, so I'm going to go in my Selgor. Even though he is a Assault Vest, I know that with the specs, I should be able to kill with a Stab Bug Buzz, so I just go for it. And indeed it does go ahead and actually crit, so I don't know if that was necessary, but I don't know. Either way, it's dead, and that's cool. And in comes Hitmonlee, and I'm like, okay, I don't think I can kill with a resisted Bug Buzz. So let's just go into Aromatisse, who, you know, takes everything pretty well. And he just goes for the Rapid Spin. So, interestingly, though, he has the normal gem, so he kind of wasted it there. I assume that he has Fake Out as well. He wanted, you know, to go for normal boosted Fake Outs. But interestingly, because he went for the Rapid Spin, and Rapid Spin is also a normal move, he kind of wastes his item there, so that kind of sucks for him. Also, it's unburden, obviously, so he's going to be really fast. And he has to switch out, though, against my Aromatisse. So I made him waste his unburden ability and his flying gem, or sorry, his normal gem, which is advantage me, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, in comes his, this thing again, his, what is it, Braviary. I'm pretty sure this is Scarfed. It doesn't look like banded damage. But I get a safe switch in here into my Slowbro due to the Wish, and that makes me at full. And obviously he does not want to lose Braviary again. He's going to go out into his Vaporeon. Well, he doesn't want to lose Braviary still, I should say. I just go for a Scald this time. I knew he's going to switch in here, but my only 2 attacking moves are Ice Beam and Scald. There's actually a Calm Mind Slowbro with Slack Off and Calm Mind being the other 2 moves. So I only have 2 moves, and none of them hit Vaporeon. So I need to be able to kill this Vaporeon with something else. In fact, in the back of my mind, though, I mean, you know, Aromatisse and actually in the front of my mind, Aromatisse and Vaporeon kind of would be a cancerous battle against each other. So I can't, you know, effectively, you know, expect that to work. Anyway, I saw that he was going for Wish there, and I'm like, he's trying to heal Braviary. Nope, just gonna go for the Moonblast, get rid of it. That was a great play by me. But the only Pokemon that I can reliably kill Vaporeon with anymore that I still have is a Selgor, so I have to keep that in mind. But anyway, in comes his Incineroar, and I'm like, okay. I mean, I know that you're Assault Vested, dude, but I can heal and you can't, so I'm just gonna go for my Wish. And, yeah, I'm just gonna go for the Protect to get my, you know, free health. And there he goes. He goes for a Darkest Lariat. That does not go through. Protect, my friend, and I get to go all the way back up to full. Hooray! So, yeah, he's going to go for a Fire Blast, hoping that it'll do more than a physical move. I'm just going to go for a Moonblast. I know it's not going to do a whole lot to Incineroar. I actually get the special attack drop, so that's kind of nice. But I know it's not going to do a whole lot. But I can peck this thing, you know, apart, force him to go out into Vaporeon and Wish it. As I just go for my own Wish. And like I said, this Vaporeon is a huge problem. Slowbro can't deal with it unless I freeze, which it doesn't matter because he could just Scald to get unfrozen. It would just be a massive stall where I'd have to, like, Calm Mind up to +6, and then maybe I can, you know, kill it with Ice Beam. I don't know. Either way, it would be a very slow process, and I'm not entirely sure it would go well. Because he also has Toxic on this Vaporeon, if you recall. So he can just Toxic stall Slowbro before Slowbro can do anything to Vaporeon. So, anyway... he is going to go out into Mr. Whiskers now, and unfortunately it's not at a range I can Moonblast kill it, so I'm just going to go for another Wish. And yeah, right now Aromatisse is pretty much standing in between me and defeat right now. It is defending me, and I don't know. I know Icelgor is going to be critical to winning this because I need to get rid of that Vaporeon. But I first need to wither down this Incineroar again. So right now it's really just kind of like a chess match here between, you know, Aromatisse and Vaporeon, while he's trying to use Incineroar as an offensive threat, and I really need to figure out a way to get in my Selgor back in, although he has Stealth Rocks up, which makes it a very difficult process. So he's going to go ahead and U-turn again. His Incineroar is getting kind of low-ish due to the Moonblast, and just goes right back into Vaporeon. So, great, this thing again, as I just go for another wish, and I'm like, you know what? Let's go into a Cellcore. This is as good a time as any to, try to get into a Cellcore. I have the wish, so I don't think he can kill me with Scald, even after they Stealth Rock, so I should be able to heal my Cellcore a little bit. Actually, he might be able to if he Scalds this turn. Instead, he goes for the Toxic, which isn't great either, and it's surprising he went for it because he knows I have Aromatherapy, but he does get my Cellcore Toxic Poison. I could get rid of that later. It's not a huge problem because I don't think a Cellcore is going to stay out for that many turns. It's back, so it just wants to do its business and leave. I do have the Energy Ball on this, so I decided to go for the super effective Energy Ball. Unfortunately, it goes to Hitmonlee, which is actually okay because it's neutral against Hitmonlee, unlike Bug Buzz. So I just go for that, and it ends up doing about half to the Hitmonlee. Unfortunately, it's not like a good half because I don't know if I can 2-hit KO it, so I'm just going to go ahead and swap out into Aromatisse. It's a safer play, and yeah, I think I can still switch in my Cellcore, so that's good. I need to be able to switch that thing back in at some point to take care of Vaporeon. So anyway, Aromatisse is going to take a close combat very, very well because it has the resistance to that sort of thing. And I'm just going to go for another wish. And yeah, that means I can just protect and get my HP back. I wasn't paying attention enough to see if I could live another close combat. Either way, it's probably a roll, so better to just protect and then go for another wish now. The problem with wish is it takes 2 turns to heal, which is a weakness of wish, and a strength, obviously. But it's a little different than you say recover, so yeah, just gonna go for another wish, and I know that I can live another close combat after this, so if he wants to sacrifice his Hitmonlee to me, I'm just gonna go for another Moonblast. I don't think he will. I think he'll just want to switch back into Vaporeon here, and indeed he does, so at least I get a Moonblast on this thing, so if I get some damage on Vaporeon, it'll actually force him to waste a wish on Vaporeon itself, but that would take a lot, especially with the leftovers, and he could just actually protect for leftovers recovery, so whatever, gonna go into a Cellcore. I already revealed the Energy Ball, so he knows I have it up my sleeve. I just have to hope that he's not gonna Scald this turn, and indeed he doesn't. He goes for another wish, so he's gonna try to go ahead and into something to heal it. It's either gonna be Hitmonlee or Incineroar, obviously. I think Incineroar is actually still at pretty good health. I decide to go for the, what do I go for? Do I go for the Energy Ball? I think I go for the Energy Ball. And in comes Hitmonlee, so no, I go for the Focus Blast, that's what I do, to hit Incineroar, that's right. And ends up hitting the Hitmonlee just as well and takes it out, so good thing I connect there. Unfortunately, and this was kind of an oversight on my part, now my Cellcore is at a point that it cannot switch back in, so because of the Stealth Rocks, so that was bad for me. And he goes into Incineroar, now he's just going to go into Vaporeon, realizing I probably can't switch this thing back in, and hoping that I take the Focus Blast. Okay, either that or he's predicting that I go out into my Aromatisse. I get the special defense drop, though, on the Vaporeon, which is huge. And, yeah, obviously, I'm just going to go for the Focus Blast again. He can't afford... I mean, obviously, he's just going to protect, because he can just do that. He can't afford to go back into Incineroar and take a Focus Blast. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and be able to protect and kill me, but because of that special defense drop, now my Moonblast are going to be doing a nice chunk of damage to that Vaporeon. So I'm just going to go back into my Aromatisse and hope that Aromatisse can do some damage here. And he's actually going to go for the Toxic, and he misses, which is a major mistake for him. What he really should have done was Wish, and so he could go back into Incineroar, but now, because he went for the Toxic, and mind you, the miss didn't even matter that much, because he went for the Toxic and decided to take that, I don't know if he forgot about the defense drop or what, but he took that Moonblast, and now he has to go back to Incineroar without going for a Wish first, just to get rid of the -1 special defense. And Mr. Whiskers is now low. He can't really go back to Vaporeon, but he tries. He tries to U-turn, I guess predicting a Wish, but this is not good for him because even though he doesn't have the -1 special defense anymore, he's at low yellow HP. So my Moonblast actually takes out the Vaporeon, which is huge. I did not believe I could take out the Vaporeon when my Cellcore went down, but I think really a series of misplays here hurt him, and now his last Pokemon is this Incineroar, which I completely wall with Aromatisse, and Slowbro for that matter, and I'm just going to go for the Moonblast, and that will 2-hit KO Mr. Whiskers, so a very wild end to this match, and Aromatisse looking good. It's not even NU, I think it's actually, it's like in the ban list for PU, but it's not quite NU. But Aromatisse, bulky fairies are just good, doing work. Cellcore doing some nice work too. But I can't believe I got that one because Vaporeon was a huge problem for me. I really had nothing for it. So that ended up working out well for me. But good game, MrChabry. Link to his channel in the description. Make sure you check him out. And today's question of the day is going to be, What is your favorite defensive type, aka a type that you obviously like to use defensively on bulky sets and things of that nature? Obviously, Fairy is one of the best types for bulk. Yeah, obviously being one of the newest type in the game. It really carved its place in the meta due to its immunity to dragon moves and a ton of other really useful resistances. And brought back poison and steel moves from Oblivion because that's how good fairy types are defensively. You need something to hit them. But obviously, of course, there's the bulky waters, which has always been a thing in competitive Pokemon. You have Steel, which is a very good defensive type. As for me, I'd probably have to say Water or Steel. Both are excellent defensive types. Fairies are growing on me, but I'm a little bit of an old school gamer, old school Pokemon player, and bulky waters used to be a staple in teams. Give me the bulky water. Anyway, leave a comment about that, and see you guys again next time. Later.